Well, happy Mother's Day, you mothers. I'm working on getting this one ready to go. Kind of just show you how much work goes into this stuff. You know, you build them in 3 months, but it takes 6 months to rub it out. The blue one is pretty much rubbed out. I guess maybe I need to turn on the lights a little more better. So we'll come over here, see how it looks on the screen here. We'll turn these on. There we go. Now I rubbed this leading edge out here that I painted, but I didn't do this side yet. So we're gonna do this side. It's 2500 grit sandpaper. Today really didn't turn out to be a good flying day, so I didn't go. It was pretty windy. But I got to get this out. This one here had a bent flap, a forked flap. And I steamed it straight, so I need to make sure that this one's ready to go. The other one's got a hunting issue. I think I got that fixed so too, though. This is Duplicolor. It works just fine. Let me get that tape line off. Not much instructional stuff today, just what I'm doing. Got to build some more tanks. Haven't figured out the landing gear yet. Danny still hasn't got back to me. I'll get it though. Just a matter of time. This is Ford Silver. Car paint, car color. Hey, one thing I did notice is that most of the guys that are watching this are not subscribed, or they don't have the notifications on. I think it's 5% of my viewing audience has the notification bell turned on. So click on subscribe and click the bell for notifications. 5%, that's pretty damn low. And this will look like metal when I get it polished. Keeps the booter bugs at bay. I guess I could bring the camera over closer so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, let's rub it. See this silver come off on the towel. Put a little spin to it. You don't want to get that too hot. It'll melt. It's warm. It's warm. Sanding is where it's at. That's what makes it shine, sanding. See the black that comes off, that's silver. The zen of sanding. But it looks just like metal. Yep, I will never use silver leaf on anything ever again. What a waste of time that was. The time I was done, I had 3 layers of silver leaf on it. And not one layer looked good. But this silver paint was 2 coats. It looks perfect. That is the nice thing about dope. Don't be afraid to correct a mistake. You know, sand off what you screwed up and then spray over it. As long as you got the same colors, or if you're doing like this, a color change, you see all that black that come off there? It's metal. Let's get a new towel and I'll show you. Silver paint is actually metal. It has ground up aluminum in it. I use Finesse It. I think it's the best compound out there. Some people like Gorham's. That's garbage. See? Here we got some spots. We got some spots right there. It might be some sanding. Yeah, no, here it comes. And you got some scuffs there. So buff it. Now you know why it's so very important to put those extra coats of dope on the ribs. You buff right through them. Yeah, almost got it. I got it. It's just I can get the grease off right here. Hmm. There it goes. Let's see, we need this other stuff. Now, I personally like this Turtle Wax Express Shine while I'm doing this. It's Carnauba, and it removes the swirl marks, and it cleans and shines in one step. Hey, Gary, thanks. The average flight for a stunt plane is 7 minutes. You have 8 minutes to complete your pattern. There's another spot right there. not really pulling some of that black shit off there still. There we go. To me, there ain't nothing prettier than a Beamer sitting in the sun glistening. You know what? I'm going to change out the pad. We're going to see if that black shit's coming from somewhere in the pad here. Yeah. Yeah. We'll use an orange. Yeah. I think orange is a little more aggressive than the black. Time for me to buy some more wheels. Now you do run a chance of ripping the paper with this, so you got to be super careful. I know you guys are on here waiting for me to do that one day. Okay, let's see how that looks. And this step here is all about Zen. You know, you're never finished. It's never too perfect. Oh yeah, but that's coming up good. It's coming up good. Takes about 100 hours to rub out an airplane. At least it does for me. And for anybody wondering, yes, that's real gold leaf. Go back and look at the build videos. I still can't get this spot here. What's the deal? You want to make sure you don't grind any dirt into the paint. So keep that wheel out of the dirt while you're doing this. There we go. We got that one. What I'm looking at is if there's a haze or something there, that'll stick out like a sore thumb when it's sitting on the flight line. So you got to go over and get all of them. Remember, there's only 1 quart of dope on this airplane total. That's all that's on it. There's not a half a gallon. 1 quart of dope. We'll work on this spot later. We got the leading edge fairly good here. Right here. Yep, better stop. I'm starting to see white. Either that or I'll be repainting that checker black. Okay, let's do the other side. Where did I get that colored monocoat from? Nah, no. You don't think it's picking up metal? Look at that. It's gonna rain tomorrow. I was gonna clay my car. Get out my automotive polisher and gonna clay it and polish the car. That'll take all day. but supposed to rain. These little skills you learn here, or vice versa, can be applied to motorcycles, as Wendy shows, automotive, as the Paint Society shows. You think that looks good, but it doesn't. It's not right. Not done yet. It's got to be perfect. I think this one will probably be the one I fly in Michigan. I've got to get it out, make sure I got that flap straight. Looks straight. You just don't know till you fly it. I need to go over those there. And there's one there. Well, that's about all I got for you guys tonight, is just working on this. I figured you guys want to hang out with me, maybe. Let me look at the weather and see if tomorrow's going to be any good. I know it's supposed to rain, but what time? Let's see here. I'm going to give you guys a link. It's the best weather service out there. And it's aviation weather. And let's see what it says. Nope. Tomorrow at 7 o'clock in the morning, it's 6 to 10, but at 10 o'clock, it's 13 to 20. So we won't be flying tomorrow. Tuesday is 4 to 6 and 6 to 9. So Tuesday morning looks like it's a possibility, but there's 84% cloud cover. So here's the link. Come on, hurry up. Weather, let's see. Aviation weather. Weather, aviation, current. Shoot, it won't. I guess I just go back here, and you guys are going to get the St. Louis weather report, but you need to put in your own weather location. Copy. Live streaming. And we want to go to the studio and paste. Click on that link in the chat there and type it, clear out St. Louis. Type in your own zip code. and that'll give you the most accurate flying weather around. I don't know whether they have an app for your phone or not. I just use it on the computer. Everything's an app. I got an app. Got an app for that. I guess I go to Schaefer's tomorrow and get a weenie. I didn't even bother to go today because it's Mother's Day. Probably closed early or whatever, so didn't bother. You guys got any questions on sanding and buffing or flying or whatever? I'm more than happy to answer if I can. I'm gonna have to touch that one up. I like the new silver leading edge much better. It does not look crappy like that silver leaf did. Let me show you. It looks like metal now. Much nicer. Don't you think? It's, I think that was a wise choice to sand that off and redo it. Will it get any more points? No. But now when I said the black, if you look right here, you can see a little white. See that little white line right there? That's the black starting to rub through. So probably end up airbrushing that. And rubbing it. You can't tell. It's a nice thing about dope. You can repair the stuff. You can't tell. If you do it right. If you will sit down and spend the time like I do to sand, rub, and buff, I could have a big hole right here. And as long as I have this orange paint, which I do, I can repair that hole, retissue it, sand it, and clear it, and you can't tell that it was broke. Now, if you use automotive paint, that's a different story. Not only that, it's super heavy shit. super, super heavy. The reason why it dopes the lightest is because the vehicle the vehicle evaporates, the carrier. It's thinner. With automotive, it's reducer. And there's whatever the cup weighs and you spray it on, that's what you got on your airplane. So with dope, if you got 60% gas off, so you start off with 10 ounces and 60% gas is off, your finish only weighs 4 ounces. And the more thinner you put in it, the more it's going to gas off. So think about it. I got a quart of paint. That's all that's on this airplane. That includes the substrate, the fill, but that includes everything. This is a 6 ounce finish. That includes the paper and the fillets and the dope, 6 ounce. And you can only do that by using 1 quart of dope. So you take 1 quart of dope, split it into 2 jars. So now you got 2 quarts of thin dope. The blue one, I used 1.5 quarts because I sprayed an extra quart of top coat on it, which still could possibly happen to this if I don't know. I think it looks fine as is. It's got a few buggers in it I could fix, but I got to get this ready to go flying for the season. So anyway, now think about it. So I got 1 quart of dope split into 2. It's mixed 50-50 thinner. So you got 2 quarts, but it's 50-50. So you spray it on and you do all your substrate stuff, and you got 1/2 quart of dope on the airplane when the substrate's done. And I'm tinting the dope white so that it takes less color to cover, because the airplane's already white by the time I'm ready to paint. Or if you're going to paint it blue or black or whatever, tint that clear dope that color, and by the time you get ready to put the color on, it takes 1/2 pint, 4 ounces. 4 ounces of dope. So you take that 4 ounces and you mix it in 50-50, it becomes 8 ounces, and that'll spray the whole airplane. Then you take your extra 1/2 quart of dope that you got left over that's filled up to 1 quart, and you start spraying. And when it gets down, you paint on 1 coat and you fill it back up with thinner. So now it's 60% thinner. And you spray another coat on and you get it looking pretty good. And then you add more thinner. And by the time you're done, at the end of that job, you're spraying straight thinner. So it doesn't weigh anything. It's just melting down. This is a chemical bond, so everything is melting down to that first layer. But the first layer has to be, it has to be prepared right. You have to sand the airplane. There's a lot of sanding to use 1 quart of dope. I want you to try it. You'll be surprised. John was shocked that he could get a 6 ounce finish. They said, no, you can't. Yes, you can. 6 ounces. And that includes fillets and the paper. But you're going to be sanding your ass off. Steve, he's building his airplane. He's already got 3/4 of a quart unthinned on his airplane. It's not going to be a 6 ounce finish. So he gets 1/2 quart more to thin and make a quart to put on the top of his airplane. That's all I'm going to allow him to do, because the airplane will be overweight. But it's going to be a lot of sanding, and you just got to sit down and do it. I know people hate it, but you got to get into the zen, I worry oftentimes. Very good. He spent 3 hours sanding. Now spend another spend another 90, 97, and you'll be in there. People ask, how can I put these airplanes together so quick? I'm not faster. I'm not moving like a rocket ship. I'm not faster than anybody. I just put in more time. That's all. So it takes the same amount of time as anybody else to build an airplane. I have pretty good skills on how to get out of these, out of the problems. I can look at something and go, yep, because I've already made all the mistakes. Well, maybe not all of them, but pretty damn close. So like right here, I don't like the way this fillet looks. This fillet is going to be an issue this summer. The dope is always shrinking, and it looks like I painted that fillet, and I got too much dope in it. So what's going to happen before the Nationals is I'll get my little polywog and I'll get in there and sand that out. Get all that paint that's pulling up there, and then airbrush the orange and clear that. You'll never see it. It's aggravating. It's doing it. It happens. The reason you don't paint fillets is here you have a fillet like this, and you're painting in this fillet. It doesn't matter whether you got it sanded real good or whatever, or primed or whatever. The dope is always shrinking. So as the dope shrinks, it's attached up here and here, and it pulls away. So it's like that. It just pulls off the fillet. You can't stop it. So the best thing to do is don't paint them. And how you get away from that is you spray, and as you get to the fillet, you lift. You just let dust. It's just a dusting that goes in there, and then you buff them out. And it looks like I got excited there and ran a coat of paint down there. And that ain't good. So when that happens, when I repair that, I'll show that online how to repair that, because this is a common problem that happens to everybody. I mean, it's just inevitable. And it doesn't show up until it heats up. Sitting on the tarmac, this thing may pull out a half inch, depending on how wet I got it. But like I say, you can fix that and you'll never see it. But you got to get it all out. You got to get back down to the superfill. So that looks to me to be a 6 to 8 hour repair job, just this one fillet. Is it worth it? I don't know. It's either that or build another airplane and don't do it again. We'll see. We'll see how good it flies Tuesday when I go out there. I've got a few flights on this airplane. I had a trim issue. That flap was twisted, so I brought it back and I steamed it. I think I showed it on Stun Hanger, but I used my steam generator. I didn't use a tea kettle. It looks straight now, but we'll see. This airplane does not hunt, but it had that issue. The wing was flying up, down inverted, upright. That was, yeah, no. This was flying down, so it was in the right direction. But what that does is it makes problems for the outsides. Everything needs to be super, super straight. And this one here, to most people, they wouldn't even bother. But, I want to I want my airplane that I can turn my head away and have my hand out there and know that I don't have to look at it. It's just grooving. This one here, you got to be right on top of it. It's just, so, but it doesn't do that in the upright. I don't understand. I could have got a little negative incidents in the stab. I hope not. I'll try the pop can trick to shim some down thrust in it, but I can't put a washer under there because that's a 1/16 of an inch down thrust. That's ridiculous. So we'll make a couple pop can shims. I bent the flaps back to where they were supposed to be. You know, I called Joe Gilbert and he said bend the elevators up. So I kept bending them up, bending them up, bending them up. Kept getting worse and worse. So back to 0, and we'll see what happens. Start from scratch. But it flies good, you know, all except for that hunting issue and inverted. And this one flies real good except for that flap issue. So, you know, it's just one of them things. I'll have them both straightened out come the Nationals time. If not, we won't be entering. It's either that or fly the old dog. Old dog looks bad, flies good. What are you going to do? Got to fly my best looking, or my best flying airplane, not my best looking. Okay, I guess that's going to do it for this evening. Hope you gained something out of it. I mean, there's not much. I didn't teach much. I just sat and rambled for an hour, 50 minutes. Any questions? And that's what I'm here for, answer your questions. I sure love them gold leaf letters. They sure look good. They remind me of the 60s. Nothing? Next time you come out to the field, bring your wing with you. I want to look at it. Which I think will be out there Tuesday, but I'm not sure. I think Steve's coming over tomorrow. And we got laundry on Wednesday. This thing needs some more jazz to it. I need to spice it up somehow. Some more color, maybe some yellow back here. Yellow starburst here or something. Well, bring one of them, like, you know. Let's take a look. I want to see what's up. I'll give you some critique. But what do I know? I don't know nothing. You're the lucky ones. You got me to look at shit firsthand. Well, these guys don't. They're a long ways away. I've built a couple airplanes in my life. And we're going to get back on building the other one here shortly. I got another one of these that's all framed up. I need to get the push rods put in it. I hate to drag it out and get it finished because I got no place to keep it. I got some airplanes for sale. Yo, I got some airplanes for sale. You guys, anybody interested in a big Continental PA-75? The nice looking airplane, flies good, you know. Just I like lighter airplanes. I think it's 62 or 63 ounces. I'll have to dig it out and weigh it, clean it off. It's been in the dust. That airplane's $1,500. And I'll sell you a new liner if somebody's interested in that. Hey, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. We haven't been doing too well on super chats and stuff. Let's see, where's my mouse? This money here goes to help run Stunhanger. Now, some people may or may not. I pay Charles when we got the money, but funds have been. Let me explain this, because this was a topic on Stunhanger, the cost of running Stunhanger. I got to come up with $159 or whatever for the Zoom Pro thing. That's over and above the $300 a month for the server. In the beginning, when I started Stunhanger, I paid for everything. I paid for the server fee and everything. I paid for everything because it was low cost. And we got so big so quick that it became high cost. First it became intermediate and then it became high cost. I used to give one kit a month away, and those were kits. The money that was donated through the thing, I just put back into kits, and I gave kits away once a month. I had to stop giving kits away because I never saw one built, so I don't know what's been done with them. I gave away a shit pile of them in 5 years. I never saw one built, not one picture of a kit built on Stunhanger. So that's A. And B, the server fees became so astronomical that even when the money that I'm taking in from the donations does not cover, and it does not cover the server fees. Well, I was working then. Now I'm not working, so I can't pump any more money into Stunhanger. It's going to have to be self-sufficient. So far, we're not doing too bad. I mean, I'm a little upside down on my credit card from the last server buy. It's just like having an apartment and you don't even live there. It's ridiculous. I'm not complaining. I mean, if somebody'd like to buy Stunhanger from me, I'll sell it. But it'd have to be the right person. It was somebody had already offered to buy it from me, and I asked whether they were going to take it apart. No, can't do that. It's going to have to be a modeler that, hopefully some young guy. The Chinese have tried to steal Stunhanger from me. And hey, Gary, there we go. Thank you, Gary, for the super chat. The Chinese tried to steal Stunhanger from me, and I said, go ahead. Without me, there is no Stunhanger. You can't steal me. So, I mean, that's the most super chat money we've got in a long time. A long time. Now, you got to remember too, contest season coming up, I'm going to do some streaming if I can afford the bandwidth. That runs $10 an hour, which is ridiculous. I wish I could get on some kind of plan that pays $75 a month and get all you want, but that's not how it works. $10 an hour. I have to buy bandwidth for the hotspot that I got. Now, I know there are some phone companies that will allow you to use the data on the phone company, but the plans are so ridiculous, I can't afford that. Ain't no way. All right, looks like we're coming to an end. We made it an hour somehow. I will do my utmost to keep Stunhanger going. You have my word on that. And one guy on the thread said, "I know you got no idea how hard it is for fundraising." But if you'll notice, every year I always do a winter drive and a summer drive. Well, the summer drive is starting earlier and earlier every year because the costs are going up and up and up. For what? I don't know. It's just ridiculous. Nothing I can do about it, though. Not a damn thing I can do. Just bite it and say, okay. All right, everybody. Like, subscribe, share the videos. Please ring that bell for notifications because, like I said, only 5% of the viewers are being notified through subscriptions. And that's why the numbers are off. We are off. Let me see what we're off this month. Studio. Go to analytics and tell you analytics. We're off. Now, this is the numbers that were down. We're 5,300 views less than usual. We're 2,300 hours, 1.4, so 1,400 hours less than usual. I got picked up 21 subscribers so far this month. That's 4 less than usual. And let me look at this watch time audience. And let's see, content overview. Oh, we got, boy, viewers who are returned. Yeah, shoot, I can't even decipher it. Content. There we are. Impressions click-through rate is 4.1%, and the average person only watches this channel 11.7 minutes. We had 202,000 impressions, 18% less than the previous 28 days. 11,300 views, that's 4,000 less than usual. So everything is going down. Here we go. The browse features are 61.1%. Suggested videos are 10.6%. The channel pages are 8.7%. YouTube search are 7.1%. And notifications, that's where you guys ring the bell, are only 5.5% of my viewers. 5.5%. That is sad. So maybe I'll do a edited video or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's our hour. Like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Please leave a comment on any one of the videos because that helps the metric. You know, these chats and super chats help, but we're way down. So if you can leave a comment, tell me that I'm a knucklehead or whatever. That helps. Even the thumbs down help. People don't, they think that they don't, but they do. It's called engagement. So I'll see you tomorrow. Fair winds, tight lines. See you.